Here we are. Timed perfectly between songs. Lo-fi songs. Because the app that I use to do free music, royalty-free music, it wants me to pay money now, which I might do. But for right now, I've only got like a couple channels because they just did Pretzel just put several of the channels that we use behind a paywall. So I might have to pay him money if I want to keep having the same music on the channel. I don't know. Hello, Ethel. How's it going? How was your Thanksgiving? I'm having a tea. I'm having some tea. My cat's losing his mind. I don't know if you can hear that. He's running around like a maniac. Just wonderful? Is that sarcastic or... Just getting everything situated here. Getting everything moved around to the right place. I'm also going to turn my heater off. Don't need it. It's like 60 degrees here right now. It's weird. It's been going down to like below freezing at night and then going up to like springtime weather during the day, which is okay. So I hope everybody it was 29 last night. Yeah, it was something like that here too. It's been getting kind of warm during the day, which is pretty cool. I don't mind it. Do not mind it. I don't know what we're gonna do tonight. I'm gonna just doodle for a little while, I think, and chill, and see if anything comes out of it. We might do a holiday painting this month. I haven't turned my calendars over yet. I looked over there for my calendar, but it's not turned over yet. We might do a holiday painting this month, but I don't want to start that yet. I want to just do something. I don't know what I want to do this week, actually. I kind of want to do something just... I don't know. Think about maybe doing a creature of some kind. Maybe do something, some kind of fantasy creature. Yeah, so maybe that's what we'll do. I don't know how it'll turn out. We never do we? Christmas creature, yeah. Started thinking about maybe doing a holiday painting. Last year we did the reindeer. That was fun. I don't really want to do. I just don't really want to start on a Christmas thing yet. But who knows? Maybe it'll turn into a Christmas creature. Maybe we'll put a Santa hat on it at the last minute and it'll be a Christmas creature. I'm just trying to get stuff ready here. So how's everybody doing? How are you guys doing? I think I'm going to draw a little bit on a different tablet tonight. Krampus. I think I'd like to choose an animal and then make a fantasy creature based on some of it, because a lot of times like fantasy creatures, you know, they're usually based on animals that already exist. I don't know. It's not something I do often, do like actual serious like fantasy art, but maybe we'll try it. We have to pick what animal though. Let's see if there's such a thing as a random animal generator. A pinecone creature? I typed in random animal creature. I want random animal generator. Okay, here's something. Random animal generator. We just want one result. Really? It's that small? That sucks. Large whip snake? This sucks. This website sucks. Why do I need to see an ad right here? Stop seeing this ad. I'm not interested in this ad. I'm offended by how dumb this site is. It's like super. Okay. A bongo. That's kind of cool. I like its coat. African civet. Wow, what are these deals? What are these guys? They should have a little bit of information about them. We need to know what an African civet is. Are they related to raccoons? I don't know. Wow, they're pretty big. They look kind of like hyena raccoons. Wow, look at how big this is. Oh, that's dead. What a jerk. It's like the first picture have to be somebody shooting them. Killing them. God. The internet. I want to know a little bit about them. African civet. They have 6 mammae. Okay. They're black and white. Yeah, you don't need to explain what they look like. There's a picture of them. They're omnivores. They eat dead stuff. They eat eggs. Okay. They're solitary. So they are kind of like a raccoon. They're nocturnal. They are bastard aloni. African civets are born in the forest and open country. They're killed by lions, hyenas, and leopards. A zorse. Now they're just making shit up. Bobcat. Binturong. These look like Lord of the Rings shit. Binturong. They look like kind of like little bears. Oh, it's called a bear cat. Do I have a way to make notes here? Let's see. Note. African civet. And a Bing. Too wrong. Okay. Let's try to find one more interesting one. Oh, coral. That's a little too weird of a mashup. Tiger salamander. Zorse is a cross between a horse and a zebra. Yeah, got it. Makes sense. Baboon. Coin snake. Cat snake. Elephant shrew. Frilled shark. That looks like a snake. It's crazy. There's a bee. Snowy owl. It's pretty cool. Huh. Proboscis monkey. Oh yeah, I've seen these guys before. I don't trust them. I don't trust these things at all. See if I can find some pictures of trees. Yeah, they're pretty crazy. It's weird. There's like all these crazy animals in the world. It's pretty cool. Let's see. I want to see what sloth in tree. Yeah, there's stuff we haven't seen yet. Stuff that's just living out in the middle of nowhere. It's hasn't been discovered. Especially like I guess probably insects mostly. But you never know. Like sometimes we discover stuff. Trying to see some different let's see what stations we've got. Blues, chill bass, chill guitars, EDM, holidays, indie, no. And I'm on lo-fi right now. Let's see what EDM is. I'm just looking for trees, cool tree pictures of animals in trees. Let me just do animal in trees. Woo. There's this thing again. There's this guy. Hey, Foothill Rounders, thanks for the sub. The sub. How's it going, Foothill Rounders? I don't know how many people are here right now, but we're going to shout out Foothill Rounders music. We're just trying to figure out what we're going to paint. Wow, this is, that's interesting. You showed up and then all of a sudden there's a picture of raccoons right here. How'd you do that? How'd you do that? We're just trying to figure out what we're going to paint. It's going to be some kind of animal, I think. Or creature or something. Feeling a tiny bit like I don't know. I don't really feel like doing anything hard tonight. Just want to I want to rest on my laurels, whatever that means. I don't really have any great tree pictures. Oh no, YouTube. No YouTube. So how's it going, Michelle? All right, I don't know. I'm just gonna start doodling. I'm gonna start doodling and talking to you guys. Are sloths trendy right now? I didn't know that. They're pretty cute. They look like they're smiling. I don't think they are, but they look like they are. Oh, there are cool. There's more couple more things. I'm doing okay, you know. Doing all right. Trying to figure out how to stay super productive all the time. I want to be more productive. And I'm trying to. I don't know. I think like you can go out and see like how do I become more productive, and you can find all kinds of advice, all kinds of videos, all kinds of systems, all kinds of different things to get more productive. I've tried a lot of those things. I mean, I'm moderately productive right now, but I feel like I have like so many things I want to do. You know? I don't know, man. So I've been doing, this is crazy, but I've been making lists by hand. I don't know if that's going to change anything, but it feels like it is going to change stuff. It feels like it's going to change everything around for me. If I start making handwritten lists, I probably picked that up from somewhere, but I don't know where. I mean, I still work on, I mean, I do art every day. I wish I could put in like more hours of doing art. Get my endurance up. I realize I'm talking about two different things. Productivity and art endurance. Let's see, normalize. Ugh. Yeah, I go out for a lot of walks. I go for a walk almost every day. I went for a walk earlier today, but I didn't take my sketch pad. Yeah, I should draw more from life. I don't think maybe I am possibly a little bit. I don't know. Inspiration is such a tricky word. I don't know that, you know, it's really that great to say, oh, I'm going to wait till I'm inspired or I need inspiration. I don't really like buy that. You usually get inspired from, I don't know, I think these things are kind of like self-perpetuating. Like inspiration comes from working. Motivation comes from working. All these things, you know, it's the getting started that sometimes is difficult, or staying in the zone, you know, all the distractions and stuff. But that is a good idea. I've got to go out and sketch from life. I have I'd like to paint from life, but that's like getting used to those mediums, like watercolor and stuff. That's just like a whole thing in itself. It's a thing that you have to really practice to get good at. Take my iPad out, but that's the conditions kind of have to be right to use your iPad, because if it's too bright outside, you can't really see the screen. Sound like I'm it's really more like spend a lot of time putting in practice, putting in hours to try and get better at doing art and stuff. I'm doing the book, so that's definitely a big project. But lately I've just been wanting to do maybe something else too, like a different project. Maybe a book or something. Maybe like an art book. Acrylics, yeah, acrylics are cool. I used to use them a lot when I was doing 3D, when I was doing sculptures. I miss doing the airbrush and stuff. It's a lot of fun, but yeah. Let's see. I'm just gonna start doodling and talking and doodling. We'll see what happens. Did you guys ever tell me how are your Thanksgivings? Anybody have any cool Thanksgivings? Whatever word I'm thinking of. Stories. Had dinner with your parents and daughter, and your other daughter and her partner came over for a bit. Cool. How old are your kids? How old are your kids, Michelle? Your daughters? 27 and 31. Do either of them have any kids? Yeah, I guess I'm trying to think. I guess, did we get together for Thanksgiving last year? I'm not sure if we did or not. I know we didn't for Christmas. I don't remember if we did for Thanksgiving. Actually, yeah, I think it happened, but I didn't go. It was like really small at my parents' house. But this year we got together, and it was good. I was in charge of sodas and pie. So I took the soda and pie over. Just dogs, huh? I didn't make pies. I was gonna make pies. I was super prepared to make pies. My dad really likes pecan pie, so I was tasked with bringing pecan pie, and I thought, heck, why not make a pecan pie? That sounds fun. So what was it? Wednesday, I guess, day before. I went out and I had my list ready and everything. And I also thought, like, even if I thought maybe I was too late and all the pecan pie would be gone, because that's, I thought maybe that would happen. But I don't know. I got to the grocery store and then I suddenly realized that I don't really want to make pecan pie. I don't feel like it right now. And then at that very moment, almost like fate, I walked up to a whole table full of pecan pies. There were like 3 or 4 different kinds to choose from. So I chose them. I chose those, and I didn't make pecan pie. But it got me interested in making pie sometime. So I might have to do that. I've never made pie. That was another thing that was kind of in the back of my head, like, okay, if I gamble on this, and I buy all the stuff, and then I somehow screw this pecan pie up, I'm going to be a little hosed, because I figured if I somehow made a subpar pecan pie and I had to go back to the grocery store, then they might really be out that time. So that's my whole long thought process of the pecan pie thing. But really, all it means is that thought about making some, which doesn't really count, and then I didn't make some. Is that a lol frog? Man, it is like hot in here. It's hot in my studio right now. So I had the heat on running in here all day, and now it's like it got warm today, so now it's like head sweat. Head sweat is happening in here. It's hard to get the crust perfect. Even if you get those pre-made crusts, probably not as hard if you get the pre-made ones. Yeah, I was like, I mean, I can cook. I cooked for a long time in restaurants, so I'd say I can cook. But baking was never. It's like a whole different thing, and I mean, of course, it's similar, but it's a different thing. Baking is a different art in itself, and just because you can cook doesn't necessarily mean you can bake, and vice versa, probably. So I was like middle confident that I could make a pie. But also I wouldn't have just been able to make one pie. I would have had to make three pies probably because of all the people that were going to be there. All the kids. So. Yeah, most pie, I don't, yeah, I guess there's really no messing up a pie. You know, people are still going to eat it, even if it's squishy. Unless you forget to put sugar in it. So your daughter made a pie and forgot to put sugar in it? What kind of pie? Delicious golden brown on the edges without the bottom being slight. Yeah, I looked up the recipe and that was some of the complaints in the. I did some reading beforehand, and that was a common thing that I came across where it's like, especially because I don't have a baking pan. I don't have a pie baking thing, so I was going to rely on those little foil throwaway deals. I heard you just keep it in there longer. Pumpkin? Yeah, pumpkin pie without sugar, maybe. Probably would have been not bad. Probably would have been edible, just not as sweet. But the pecan pie I did get, like, I made a good choice because it was really good. It was kind of like a step, maybe a step above your typical, just like picked up from the grocery store bakery pumpkin pie or pecan pie, you know. Yeah, I mean, I left like, Dad got enough, trust me. I left a bunch of pie there. I took a lot, like too much probably. Well, if there is such a thing as too much on Thanksgiving, which I guess there isn't, but there was a bunch left over. And I was last night I was kind of regretting not bringing some pie home with me. Probably for the best though. Do I really need to fucking eat pie on Monday night. My body says yes, but my body also says no. So it's all very confusing. I've been missing doing like completely absurd paintings lately. I used to really do a lot more of those than I do now. And it's kind of like my thing to do absurd paintings. But I've been working on this story, which is illustrations, different than just doing one painting, you know? And so since, you know, every piece I do, every drawing I do is in service of the story, which is exactly how it's supposed to be. But I haven't been able to do a whole lot of like the kind of paintings that I was doing before I got heavily into working on the book every day. So that's what I've been thinking about, maybe doing part 2 of a previous series and making a book out of it, possibly like an art book. But that'd be kind of cool. Also not really a cheap project unless you're if you want to print it, so. How about you guys? What kind of pies did you guys have? What's your favorite kind of pie? I don't really get pie a lot. Like I don't buy. If I've got like a sweets craving and I go to the grocery store, I don't think pie, to be honest. I usually get ice cream. That's my thing. But I used to really like those, when I was a kid, I used to like those, cherry pie was my favorite when I was a kid. Like those fried pies. I want some pie really bad now. That's what's happening right now. Radish pie, is that real? Sounds like some World War One era stuff. Radish pie. Is that some of Russian stuff? Sounds like our Russian heritage. Cherry's probably your favorite? Awesome. Cheesecake pie? Is cheesecake pie different than cheesecake? Apple with vanilla ice cream? That sounds good. I don't know that I've ever had that. I guess that's like the, American thing, right? I don't know if I've actually ever had that. Okay, so we've got some kind of like 6-armed tree-dwelling creature. So I think I'm probably gonna take this concept and maybe move it into 3D world. What do you guys think? Probably need to figure out what he's doing a little bit more. radish pie sounds awful, but you've had pasties that are sort of like potato parsnip pie and they were yummy. Yeah, I think probably any vegetable, anything you add enough sugar to is probably okay. You know? And you cook it until it's warm. Tastes like apple, radish pie. I could see that. It's got kind of a spicy flavor. I mean, I like radishes. I've actually been buying radishes lately for my salads because they've had them at the grocery store, like sacks of them. And so I remembered how much I like them, and I've been putting them in my salads lately. Yep. That's exactly what I thought when you said radish pie. I thought must have been Uncle Harry, the Depression era, our Depression era family. My grandmother had 6 sisters and 1 brother. And they were all married, all married to interesting Depression era people. Most of them were. And they were a lot of them Eastern European, Polish, Russian. So we got a lot of stuff like that. But I don't remember radish pie. And it probably was depression. I mean, depression and plus Eastern European for most of Eastern European. I mean, there's, even before the American Depression, a lot of, Eastern European life was pretty, not a lot of money happening in the old country. Oh, Uncle Harry's neighbor, Marge. I don't remember Marge. Maybe I do, but I was a little kid. She had one brother that passed away as a baby. Man. 9 kids, huh? It's like watch people paint on YouTube, and they definitely are not as sloppy when they draw as I am. Or maybe they just don't show this part. I tried for a while to really concentrate on, and I probably will again, like making cleaner lines, but maybe I'm just not in that kind of mood. It's pretty terrible though, even for me. This is probably why animals don't have 6 arms. I mean, like, where are they going to go? I think it's probably time to get into doing some 3D. I need to find a raccoon skeleton. Rocket butt? Maybe. Maybe it's got a rocket butt. All right, let's sculpt something. Yo! Wow! Cancel. Okay, I'm not even going to worry about making this look pretty for right now. I'm just going to make it very, very basic. Very basic. Although, probably need shoulders. And there's the rocket butt. Did somebody say fudge brownies earlier? I've been trying to cut down on sugar, and I haven't had any sugar all week. So that's what's wrong. That's what's going on with me right now. That's why I'm talking about sugar so much. In case you were wondering. Fudge brownies with ice cream. Here's what you do. You can go get some store-bought brownies. I like getting some name that I can't pronounce that starts with a G that make really good fudge brownies. You know, typical brownies, but it comes with like a fudge pack that you can squeeze in there and mix into the rest of it. And then I think it might have chocolate chips in it too. It's ridiculous. So you cook those up, and then you get some vanilla ice cream, and you get a big brownie, put that in a bowl, put a scoop of vanilla ice cream over top of it, or butter pecan ice cream. Really any kind of ice cream. I don't think you'd probably go wrong with any flavor ice cream that you choose. But that's how I roll. When I don't care about anything. Because you really have to go for it if you're going to do that. You know, you can't do that every day. You could, but I guess sugar is pretty bad for you, they say. That's right. Michelle, you're like on a no carb thing. Still doing the no carb thing? Or low carb thing? I'm getting that thing in my neck. Ugh, too stiff. You use Splenda, now you have artificial diabetes? Yeah. That's right, Ethel. You have diabetes. That's the kind where you have to stay completely away from sugar. You have to stay completely away from sugar and use artificials. You're cheating a bit? Yeah, I mean, it's Thanksgiving. It's hard not to. Probably hard to stay on it. What's cheating though? I mean, because if you're still doing the, or we're doing the ketogenic thing, I mean, cheating on that diet's like real easy to do, right? You could eat corn and cheat on that diet. Stuffing, mashed potatoes, yes. Scallops, scalloped corn, yeah. First I read that cheating a bit, but you've been cheating a lot, which is different than cheating a bit. Yeah, that's my favorite thing of Thanksgiving is stuffing. I mean, I don't eat it the rest of, I mean, I suppose I could eat it the rest of the year. Nothing's stopping me, but I don't eat stuffing any other time except for Thanksgiving, and I eat a lot of it. And yes, I don't think it's I don't think it's jives with the ketogenic diet. Pretty much bread. It's a bread. It's bread. Sugar in moderation. Yeah, sugar in moderation. It's hard though, like moderation. Not necessarily something that comes naturally for me. You know what I'm saying? I have a deja vu like I've done something like this before, but it's not going to be the same. Bread is bad. Yeah, for a ketogenic diet. Yeah, bread, actually bread, I don't really eat it a lot, but once in a while, man, moderation. I don't eat it a lot. I really don't. I don't buy it. Like I don't keep bread around, you know, like loaves of bread. When I was growing up, there was always a loaf of bread, but I don't buy it a lot. But once in a while, man, I'll get a French baguette that, you know, they're like what, 2 feet long, and I'll eat the whole thing in a weekend. And it's like when I break it open and smell it, it's like the best smell. Fresh baked French baguettes, man. Crusty baguettes. That's my shit right there. This is going to be some kind of tree-dwelling creature. I guess I could, I don't want to go that far with these Z spheres. I don't really like Z spheres that much. I don't like to mess around with them. Non-white bread, you reserve that for toast? Yeah, I don't... I was trying to think. Yeah, I don't keep it around because I know that I don't think I think I'd probably eat too much bread if I kept it around. And I have like no control over myself when it comes to ice cream. I know I've said that many times, but it bears repeating. This is shoulders. I'm wondering if I should pose it first or just... I don't really like this. It's starting to feel like an insect. Probably because of this elongated 7 o'clock, huh? Alright, I'll see if I can work with this. It's all just a shot in the dark anyway, man. Actually, it might make it a little bit easier on me if I figure out what pose this guy's going to be in. Maybe I'll just do a cylinder. Doesn't need to be too complicated. I mean, a tree branch is basically a cylinder. Oh man, I'm getting my software mixed up. All right. Been listening to this. Have you guys ever heard of Dan Carlin, Hardcore History? It's like this podcast that is, it's a history podcast. And I was listening to this, he comes out with these really long series on different times in history. And I just got finished listening to one about the Mongols, like Genghis Khan and that whole thing. And it was crazy. People are not really looking back through history, people were not very nice to each other, man. It's pretty much like the norm. It's pretty much like throughout history, it's pretty much the norm for, to pillage and murder people. There are all these times where groups would rise up and take over a bunch of land. And that's been happening over and over and over and over again throughout history. Where do I listen to it? You can look, do you listen to podcasts ever? I have a podcast app where I can go and subscribe to different podcasts. But, yeah, if you have an app that you already listen to podcasts on, then it will be easier to explain. But if you don't, you can just go to So he's got like a bunch of free ones. Like he keeps them free for like a few years, and then once he puts them behind the paywall, but they're like $1 or so a piece. Totally worth it. I mean, he really does deserve to get a few bucks for what he does. I mean, he reads like 1 million books to put these shows together. The most recent one, the one that's free, I think, that I just started listening to, is about the Japanese Empire all the way up through World War II. So yeah, go listen to the free ones, and there's a bunch of more if you like the style. Okay, what am I doing? I want to turn this guy like this. Yes, I do. Just like that. And then I want to take this tree and I want to bring it down like this. About cruelty in the past. I mean, it's not all about cruelty in the past, but it's, he's definitely like a military history buff, so yeah, there's a lot of like conflict and stuff in it. Yeah, I mean, pretty much, people have been conquering each other since the beginning of freaking time. The most recent, the one that I listened to, another one I listened to is called King of Kings, about the Persian Empire. And it's like, what's interesting is how all this stuff kind of ties together. Like the Persians were fighting the Greeks. There's like all this different stuff. Okay. So I'm going to break symmetry first, and then I'm going to turn this into rotate. It's how the U.S. was founded. You think you heard everything until they try to outdo themselves. Yeah. They took all the Native Americans' land, the U.S. But, I mean, and that was definitely evil, especially by our standards today. But I guess if you look back through history, that happened over and over again a lot of times. And also, like with the Mongols, it was almost like, because I mean, you could draw a lot of parallels, I guess, with the Mongols and the Native Americans. Some tribes of Native Americans where they fought really well on horseback, and that was they were kind of nomadic. Some tribes, Native American tribes, they were nomadic. Before we got here, really good on horseback. Like crazy archers, and could like shoot a bird out of the sky, while on horseback, which is pretty much impossible. And then, Native American tribes kind of did similar stuff. Some Native American tribes did similar stuff that the Mongols did, in that they were like nomadic people. They traveled by horse, and they raided their neighbors a lot to get stuff. And sometimes they would get together into like confederations, more than one tribe, and they'd get organized, and they'd say, all right, we're going to go take some shit over now. And they would like, there's not a history that we know of the Native Americans, like before we got here, but it's likely that kind of stuff was going on way before we got here, from them kind of doing that to each other. And I'm not letting Americans off the hook at all. It's really fucked up what was done. All I'm saying is that it's a human thing. It's not necessarily just a American thing. I guess I'd say it's a, especially historically speaking, it's been a pretty brutal world. I mean, nature is pretty brutal. Even if you take people out of it, it's pretty crazy. I mean, there's stuff like eating other stuff all the time, every day. You know? Like, I mean, not to get too dark, but, you know, that's what I like to do. Like this cute little animal right here, like this thing that looks like a beautiful raccoon. I mean, it straight up fucking eats babies. It eats babies, you know? Okay? It eats babies. All right. Sorry, I'm getting a little carried away, aren't I? But you know what I'm saying. It's just, not saying it's good. It's not funny. It's kind of interesting. I mean, people are like animals in a lot of ways, especially back during times when things were like a lot harder. I guess what I'm saying is like, it's a really rough world now. Back then it was a shit ton rougher. I mean, life was like short and difficult for most people, for most of history. And so like you hear about some of the shit that they did to each other, man. And it's crazy. Like, especially the Mongols. Not especially. I guess it was the kind of thing that happened a lot. But I mean, the stuff they did to towns and shit when they took them over, it was not nice. It was not cool. They were not nice to people. If they would usually give you a chance to surrender. Like they'd send somebody and say, "All right, give us all your shit." And if you didn't, they would just like come back and usually kill everybody. Pretty nuts. History. Pretty nuts. What if this guy had a tail? And I guess I have all these thoughts about it because I've been listening to these podcasts for like the last. Well, I've known about this hardcore history show for a long time and followed Dan Carlin for a long time. But I recently just kind of rediscovered, hey, I haven't heard those shows, etc. You know, so. And he doesn't like. He definitely doesn't. Well, he doesn't sugarcoat anything, but it's not like he's sitting there going, delighting in all the death and destruction and stuff. He's definitely like trying to put it into context, and it's super interesting. It is. He's really good. What do you guys think? This is just spheres. What do you think of my spheres? You know what? Don't answer that. It's a lot of joints. You're right. It sure is. The end ones are feet, but I mean, like, animals do have, like... And this is its tail. In case that wasn't clear. He's got 6 arms because this is probably an alien planet. That's what I'm going to do. It's going to be like an alien creature. So I was thinking maybe he's reaching out for some crazy blossom from some tree. Like maybe he's like kind of like a koala. And he's reaching out for some alien flower. Which probably means I need to put another so many joints you're getting high. I know you love those spliffs, Eva. You're always toking the ganj. Right? I know that about you. What is the podcast app? Well, I'm going to try to explain podcasts. Podcast app is an app where you listen to podcasts. So you can, like, I use Downcast. Do you have I don't know if you have an iPhone, but you just find like a podcatcher, some of them are called, podcast. And then, so what it is it's really, people put podcasts up and they put them out on the internet on these things called RSS feeds. And then a podcast app, you can go and search and it'll go find the RSS feed and then you can subscribe to that. I don't know what the podcast app, I don't know what you're using. What the podcast name is Hardcore History. You guys need me to explain the internet to you? Real quick. Podcast. Starting with podcasts. Once upon a time, there was a guy who made... Let's start with AM radio. We're going to bring it all the way up to podcasts. The name of the app I have is called Downcast, and I don't remember if I paid money for it or not. You definitely don't have to pay money for a podcast app. Android, I don't know what people use on Android. Anybody else know? The world of podcasts is awesome, I think. There's lots of stuff, cool stuff. I mean, I think Spotify has a lot of podcasts on it, but I don't know how all that works. Let's see. Let me look it up real quick. Podcast app for Android. Spotify. Google Podcasts. Stitcher, that's definitely one that has all the podcasts. Does Spotify have all podcasts or only... Stitcher's a good one. Get Stitcher. And then just do a search for... My stream is the most time you're willing to give up to hearing things that aren't music. Well, thank you. I'm going to take that as the highest of all compliments. I'm going to try not to take the pressure. It doesn't have a way to pay on Spotify. Yeah, you're right. I don't know. Like the way that you buy podcasts from Dan Carlin is a little bit more complicated, but you can also just download them. We can cross that bridge when we come to it, though. If you get Stitcher, yeah, Spotify. That's why I didn't recommend Spotify. I think it's possible they're getting into the podcast game because I've seen a few on there. I don't use Spotify a lot. I know that in order to get to some of the features of Spotify, you have to pay money. But like how Dan Carlin does it is he has a bunch of them up for free, like 8 or 10 of them up for free, and then all the older ones you can buy them on his website. And when you buy them, you can get a URL, and then it's to a private RSS feed. And I can show somebody how to do that when the time comes, but it would be difficult for me to try and explain that all right now. Okay, this looks like a bug right now, but he's not going to look like a bug forever. He's going to look like a cute fuzzy boy by the time it's over with. Fuzzy alien creature. Maybe. A lot of joints means a lot of hands, which are not, as we've probably discussed. I've probably mentioned it, maybe. Hands are not. Dan on Spotify. So you do use Spotify for music, Eva? I don't know, like if you do a search for hardcore history on there, it might pop up. But I don't know. I'll look for it right now. Hardcore Dan Carlin's Hardcore History right here. It looks like it's got a few shows on there, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. It's got like 12 episodes on there. Oh, linked in chat. There you go. Oh, I see. Okay. I guess you got to be more of a podcast nerd to be able to do the older ones. You probably can't do that through Spotify, but that's not anything to worry about right now. Just worry about that some other time. Yeah, I'm gonna make them claws, definitely. It's just right now I'm just making them. I'm just trying to get the basic pose down, and then I'm gonna maybe sculpt a little bit on it, and then paint it as usual. I'm just trying to get big shapes in right now, but they're gonna be kind of like probably like sloth hands. He's gonna be reaching out for like a blossom from like a tree, if I can make it all work. And I'm probably going to at least sculpt his head a little bit before I bring it into painting. Make sense? I better save this before I do this. ZBrush likes to quit when I do this sometimes. I wish it would preserve the joints, but it's not really preserving them. Huh. Why is it doing it like this? This is weird. Usually I can get it to do... I wonder if I could just make this a... Nope. Can I merge visible? And I get... slots have 3 long curved ones. Okay. There's no way to merge it. I think this is really weird how they're doing this. I guess at least I can still see I can still kind of see the joints here. I swear I used to be able to, like, not have to deal with this weirdness. Good enough. All right, let's just do this head now. Let's do a crazy head. Alright, we're gonna Dynamish. No. We're gonna polish it. Okay. Not looking super cute so far. Have I ever had Ben & Jerry's? Yay. Definitely. It's like the, yeah, it's like perfect, right? It's like, if you don't want to buy a half gallon of ice cream. Yeah, the Foothill Rounders are good. You should go check them out. Check out the stream sometime. Ethel. I don't know if you guys have ever gone to their live streams. They do them on Sunday, and they were doing them on Thursday. I don't know if Thursday is still a thing. Well, yeah, because last week was Thanksgiving. So, are you guys coming back this week? Michelle? Caramel Sutra. No, there are some flavors that I just haven't gotten. What is Caramel Sutra? Thursday's always a maybe. Got it. Yeah, I thought it was like usually like a bonus. I need to stream. I need to do a maybe. I need to have a maybe stream too. I always think about doing it on Monday, and then when Monday rolls around, I'm like doing other stuff or whatever. I think I might start. I might do one during the day on Monday sometime. See how it works. See if there are any people that are doing web development that day. That would want to listen to me talk shit while they're working. You know it, yep. Caramel ice cream on one side, chocolate chip on other with a column of pure caramel. So it's like goes down in the middle. Those ones that are like caramel core that have, I usually avoid the ones that have something core, like chocolate chip cookie dough core or caramel core. Don't know why, I just, for some reason, avoid them. Maybe I shouldn't avoid them. Is what you're saying? I like the one with the different kinds of cookie dough in it. That one's good. The Tonight Dough, I guess it's called. Yeah, they've got the ones that are like celebrities, right? It's weird. It's not that weird, but it's like, I mean, it's ice cream. You don't need to, killing the show. I know, I'm like, oh, should I go get some ice cream tonight? No, I shouldn't. The answer is no. Will I? The answer may be different. The ones that have celebrities on them, I mean, I kind of maybe in a way get it, but I also don't get it. It's like, dude, just, I mean, oh, I wasn't going to get any ice cream, but you talked me into it by putting Jimmy Fallon on it. It's like, fuck that, man, you know? You've got, oh, what did you say? It's chocolate chip cookie dough with 2 kinds of cookie dough? Okay, that's all I need. No more salesmanship needed. I don't need to see Jimmy Fallon. Pistachio. Is there a pistachio kind? See, I'm like not. You know what the best ice cream? I recently discovered what the best ice cream in the world is. And it's Bluebell. I'm not sure if Bluebell makes ice cream all over the country. Do you guys have Bluebell in your different parts of the country? Bluebell ice cream? It's kind of expensive, but you gotta treat yourself, you know? You look at the flavor. Yeah. I mean, I'm not really mad at Jimmy Fallon or Ben or Jerry. I'm just talking. I'm just talking shit. Bluebell, yeah. Oh, you've had it, but not around there. Is that maybe? Maybe it's just not everywhere, huh? Well, Bluebell makes this ice cream flavor called Milk and Cookies, which actually, Heather, when my sister and nephew were here, just picked it up, and it's like you'd think, hey, it's chocolate chip cookie dough. It's similar, except for the cookies are not chocolate chip cookie dough. They're like kind of baked. They're cookies already, and they're in this really good ice cream. So it's like vanilla with chocolate chip cookies, but it's called Milk and Cookies, and it's really freaking good. And I haven't been able to find it at my grocery store since the last time I bought it. And I've been annoyed. And usually when I go there and they don't have it, I trash the whole ice cream section. And then I lay on the floor and until they carry me out. I don't know if that's the most mature way to handle it, but you know, really good ice cream. So, Bluebell, Milk and Cookies. Good shit. This animal is not looking very cute so far. Looks more like a demon snake from hell. You know, like one of the things that's not one of the kind of like one of these tragic things about life, I guess you'd say, is that there's just not enough time to do everything. When you're doing like a skill that takes a lot of upkeep, it's hard because like sometimes I feel like sculpting, but I always a little bit kind of get rusty at it if I don't do it for a while. Like what brought this up in my brain was thinking, make the M&M cookies and crunch up in the vanilla ice cream, the white kind. Yeah, that sounds good. And that's kind of what that is, minus the M&Ms. It's really good. They sell it 35 miles away in the town you grew up. Yeah, cool. Maybe it's just not the grocery store doesn't have it or something. I don't know. What was it? Oh, I was just saying, like, since I've been working on the comic, you know, I used to draw like cute things a lot, like cute and creepy things, which is a lot of fun. I still want to do it. I'm going to keep doing it. And I guess after a while, you just kind of get a natural feel for what makes something cute. And it's, you know, pretty self-explanatory. Big eyes, little mouth, etc. But like when you practice something enough, you don't even have to think about it that much. You just kind of move your hand. Well, maybe I'm oversimplifying it a little bit, but you just kind of draw stuff and then it like kind of comes out looking that way. But when you skip around a lot like I do, it seems like I spend a lot of time kind of relearning stuff, catching up. What state do you live in? I know the answer to this question, but I'm going to let Michelle answer it because I feel like it's not appropriate for me to answer. Also, is it normal for me to keep up so much with the chat? I don't know. I watch some channels where the person is just drawing. Maybe do you guys think I should just start ignoring you guys? Alright, this definitely looks like a snake skull. I was kidding. I don't want to start ignoring you guys. Michelle, you say do whatever you want, but you'd be sad if I started ignoring you. At least I hope you would. I hope that wouldn't be like completely okay if I just stopped talking to you guys. These are all jokes. They're all things that are not going to happen. Did I finish Kitty Dracula or Creature in the Bubble Bath? We finished Cat Dracula last week. The Creature in the Bubble Bath, I think I just kind of don't feel like finishing it. I might never finish it. I kind of got it to the point. Last week I think last week I just kind of got it to this spot where it's like, all right, I undid a lot of my original stuff and I would have to repaint a lot. Mr. 6 Volt, how's it going, man? Hopefully I'm still allowed to say hello, even though I just made up rules where I'm going to start ignoring everybody. Yeah, this is the deal from last week. Not bad. But yeah, the creature didn't end up. I don't know. I just don't feel like making it look good again. It was looking okay, and then I opened it up before the stream tonight, and I was thinking like, okay, yeah, I might finish it one day, but at this point, I'm thinking, I'm just kind of about it. That's why we didn't finish it tonight. The Kitten Dracula, yeah. I think it turned out pretty good. That's like the third time I drew that concept. Did you ever do that? I like to revisit concepts sometimes and paint them like a year later and see if I can do better or something. Wait till I get inspired. Yeah, I might. Yeah, I will. If I get inspired, I'll do it. But I kind of feel like right now I feel like I might never get inspired to do that one. But yes, I will. Maybe I shouldn't have. I don't know why I. I think it's just that I've done that creature concept a couple times or something similar to it, and I kind of just wanted to do something that I haven't done before tonight. Okay, so this is our guy. This will be our guy. He's got kind of like a bear style nose. It's a little bit flat at the top. What happened to Sloth? Ethel got scared at Sloth. I'm just trying to figure out a good design for the face, and I think I just got it. I kept trying to work on this sculpt over here, and it keeps turning into a snake from hell. But he's got 4 eyes. Yeah, he's a creature from outer space. He's a creature from another planet. He's got 6 arms and 4 eyes. Latest iteration of Jack-o'-lantern is now a big old acrylic painting. Cool. Jack-o'-lantern, yeah. Yeah, I mean, some people do like whole series of the same thing. A lot of times it's an object or a single object or something. Not necessarily a concept, but still. It's definitely not unheard of. And I'm thinking about... I was thinking about this the other day, and I was working on a solo show, and it had a date and everything, and then the pandemic happened, and the gallery shut down, and there was so much going on at the time. I mean, it was a bummer, but there was so much going on at the time, and the painting wasn't going well, and I just kind of like said, "Oh man, that sucks," and then I just didn't think about it too much. But I think that kind of bummed me out more than I initially kind of thought or something. I don't know. I think it like subconsciously bummed me out a lot more than I originally thought. Getting a solo show. So I guess it was almost like every time I thought about maybe doing another solo show, I thought like, ugh, what's the use or something like that. But now I'm thinking, a lot of time has passed, and I'm thinking that, I don't know, I like working in series, so I think I'd like to figure out a way to do another series, and even though I don't have that gallery anymore, figure out somewhere else to hang it up. A jackal with a light in its belly? Oh, is that the jack-o'-lantern painting? Yeah, there's those lantern paintings on Instagram are awesome. That I saw a few of those on Instagram where it's like kind of like a theme. It's like different animals with the lanterns, the lit up stuff. Two eye sockets with a double iris in each one. Maybe. I kind of like this design. Kind of like going along with it. I'm going with this one now. You don't like the four eyes? I like the idea of putting two irises in one eyeball, though. That's pretty cool. I've seen that before in some paintings. There's this guy, I can't think of his name, but he does that. He makes like old cartoon characters, and then he gives them like crazy eyes like this. Did the newest Mummy movie have people with two eye sockets? I don't think I saw that. Did I watch that? The one with Tom Cruise? That's probably what we're talking about, right? Did I watch that? It's almost like I think I watched it, but I don't remember Tom Cruise in it. Like I see the Mummy in my head. Maybe I just saw like a trailer. So you guys think that I'm having a hard time following. These chat. Some of this. I mean, on another project, Ripley believe Kit or not this, where I saw it. Ripley's Believe It or Not something. Oh, like real people with two irises in one eye? Oh, okay, I got you. That's weird. Two irises on one eye socket. My mind just went blank. If you're wondering what happened, my brain just went completely blank. I don't know what I was doing. I find myself looking at a screen with Google. Oh, that's what I was going to do. I was going to do sloth face. There's definitely a database entry with me in it somewhere. And I've got the label Weird Googler. I'm in the Weird Googler database, that's for sure. This guy definitely plays bass, doesn't he? He plays bass in like a jam band. For sure. Yeah, sloths always do look high as fuck. Maybe I'll make him a little more sloth-like. Yeah, Eva, I got to keep that in mind for another project. The two irises in one eye. It's pretty cool. I mean, I'm going to be at some point designing some. I might use that for something. Yeah, Emmett Otter's Jug Band. Did Emmett Otter's Jug Band actually have a sloth in it? Steve, I bet you hate me a little bit right now. Being an acrylic painter, being a painter. It's like, oh, so you can just move shit around. Porcupine possum otter. Oh. We're talking about Emmett Otter's Jug Band. Didn't have. Yeah, I think I heard you say that. I remember you saying that you do digital sometimes. Okay, so there was no sloth in Emmett Otter's Jug Band. What were the bad guys? I'm pretty sure they were kind of like the cooler band. Were they? I'm kidding. They were jerks, right? I know they had a snake. And the lead singer was like a. He might have been a sloth. No, just kidding. I don't know why there wasn't a sloth, and I guess it's probably because there are no sloths down in the bayou, or wherever they were from, the river, right? I don't think there's any way to make this guy cute unless you give him pupils. Maybe I'll just abandon the whole cute thing altogether, because if he's got 4 eyes, I don't know if I'm going to be able to like pull off the cute thing. You want to watch it while we eat tonight? Emmett Otter's? Emmett Otter? Or just, I'm not sure exactly what we're not supposed to discuss. Alright, I guess maybe this is a good enough base. It doesn't really look like a sloth. I mean, I don't want it to look exactly like a sloth, but I think it's something in the mouth. The sloth, definitely a sloth couldn't keep up. Unless they're playing really slow songs. He could maybe play the tambourine. If he went like every many beats. Or he could be a dancer, like a really slow dancer. Emmett Otter. Yeah, you gonna watch Emmett Otter tonight? Did we inspire you to do that, or is this just like a amazing moment of synchronicity? You think he's pretty cute? Cool. Michelle, I hope you have a good dinner. Yeah, the rating thing, it's like a... makes me grumble. I have reasons why I grumble. And none of them are because I'm a jerk. Promise. What do you guys think about this guy? You love him? Okay, good. I do too. I think he's a pretty good alien creature. You like the eyes? It's got 4 eyes to see all of the... I don't know what he eats. He eats some kind of a blossom from a tree. Maybe the blossom has eyes too. Oh no. What if it's like a flower and it has 2 little eyes on it and he's like, fuck, no. Don't eat me, no. Okay, this is what we use kind of as a go by here. All right, I'm going to bring this into... What am I doing? I'm going to save this out so I can just bring it over to my reference. Left eye too small. Oh, like it's smaller than the right one? Yeah, I do that a lot. But this guy doesn't have to be perfect because I'm really just using it. I'm going to bring it in here and sculpt him a little bit, and then I'm going to save the whole thing out and, yeah, make a painting out of it. Probably won't be able to finish it until next week, but definitely. I kind of like one eye bigger than the other. Oh, what am I doing? Columns, that's right. Left eye too small. Okay. Okay. Here, I'm gonna make it the right size. That's too big. Yowza, what's going on here? Yeah, this is really just a sketch. I just wanted to work out the guy's basics of his face, which is mostly round. He's a round boy. Sculpting's a little bit easier when you know what you're sculpting. It's really, well, I'm not gonna say it's impossible, but it's sometimes sketching. It's good to have thumbnails. You can tell I'm tired. Why? Because of the eyeball thing? I'm always tired. But yeah, I probably am gonna wrap it up sometime. Alright, I'm gonna throw some stuff away. Yep. Throw that away. You think the right small eye look more indicative? Left eye, make it smaller. I don't have to make this perfect either. Just really just got to get some basic shapes. Sloth from the Goonies. Rocky Road, yeah, it brings it all full circle. I don't really like Rocky Road that much. I mean, I'll eat it. I'll eat literally any flavor of ice cream that you put in front of me, but Rocky Road, I can't even put that one really in my top. I don't know where it would be on the list, but it would not be very close to the top. And I don't know why. Is it because of the squishy marshmallows? Doesn't Rocky Road have squishy marshmallows in it? Not that you guys I don't know. Maybe you need to know. Maybe you don't want to know. I don't know. It's a texture thing. Rocky Road, there's a texture thing with Rocky Road, I'm pretty sure. If it's the one with marshmallows in it. I'm surprised they haven't remade Goonies, or have they? Have they remade Goonies yet? Speaking of marshmallows, I'm like making a marshmallow right now. Whoa. A lot of synchronicity going on tonight. You don't like the mini marshmallows? Yeah, me neither. It's just a thing. I don't know. I mean, like I said, it's not like I'd get mad if you gave me some Rocky Road ice cream. Wouldn't get mad. Probably say thank you and I'd eat it. But it's not my first choice. You hate remakes? They always suck. Yeah. I can't really think of a remake that... I mean, they don't all completely suck, but I think that most of them are pointless, in my opinion, for me. But I think they're not for me. They're for, like, the next generation. They're trying to get the next generation of people to like the same thing because it worked 40 years ago or whatever. I think that's what they're trying to do. But the new Ghostbusters, I don't know if anybody's seen the new Ghostbusters. New Ghostbusters was good. Ghostbusters Afterlife. It was good. I enjoyed it a lot. It's not a remake, though. It's more of a sequel. It's got Paul Rudd. National Treasure, Paul Rudd. My cat, I thought there was maybe something wrong with my cat about a week ago, 2 weeks ago, because he was not eating. He wasn't eating a lot. I mean, he'll eat treats if I put treats out for him. He'll eat treats all day long, but he was leaving a lot of food uneaten in his plate. And he actually felt like he was getting skinny, like if I picked him up. And so I took him to the vet just in case, because he's had problems with food allergies and stuff. Didn't know what was going on. And I think, pretty sure he's just picky, because they said that everything turned out with him and everything. And then I got some new different food, some like less, I guess, healthy food probably, because that seems to be how it works. I mean, it's not really shitty food or anything. It's just probably it's like Purina. I think Purina 1 is what I ended up getting him. But he can't have chicken, so I have to like get something else. Anyway, I got different wet food, got different dry food. And now he's like cleans it all up every time. He's getting fat. I think that if I fed him 43 times a day, he'd eat 43 times a day. So everything's okay with my cat. That's the lesson here. The lesson is my cat can't get enough food now. Cats are picky. Cats will like... I guess a cat would rather get skinny than eat food that he doesn't like. That's the lesson. You can't stand prequels? Yeah. I can't think of a prequel that I really liked that much. I mean, the first one that was good that I think of is Godfather 2, but that's like almost not fair to call that a prequel, but theoretically it did kind of, it switch back and forth? You know, it's kind of a prequel in some ways, but, you know, very awesome. We're probably not counting that when we say prequel. I can't think of a prequel I can't even think of a prequel right now. Name some prequels. I guess Prometheus was one that was supposed to be a prequel to Alien. And then they made an Alien that was also a prequel to Alien. They made like 2 prequels to Alien. Prometheus and then Alien Resurrection? No. Alien Retribution? No. What was it? Alien... Do not know. I do not remember. Prometheus, yeah. Dad got the husky fixed, yeah. Strange that you can't have chicken. Well, yeah, it was like a whole thing. He kept getting these things they're called rodent ulcers, where you get like a lump on your gums. He kept getting these lumps on his gums, and like 4 different occasions, like he'd get them, and then I'd give him steroids, and they would go away. And like the third actually the 4th time I had to take him, finally took him to a dermatologist because they were pretty sure it was allergies of some kind. Like those rodent ulcers, the lump on their gum, on their lip, it's caused by an autoimmune response, meaning their immune system doesn't like something. So it could be a number of different things, but it could be a food allergy. And so I guess what I'm saying is that I was feeding him chicken stuff, and I stopped feeding him chicken stuff for a long time, for like 6 months, and he hasn't had another one. So that tells me that he's allergic to chicken, even though I don't have any that's what I'm what's the word? Ascertaining, I guess, for lack of a better word that I can't think of right now. I mean, it's pretty good chance that that's what it was. I guess it also possibly could have grown out of it, but either way, he doesn't get chicken anymore. And he really likes chicken. Like, if I'm cutting chicken up, he's trying to get to it. So anyway, yeah, beef or fish. I found this, beef is more rare. It's hard to find beef cat food. But I found some that they like, so. That's my cat story. Who liked Prometheus? Ethel. Yeah, I liked it too. I thought it wasn't bad. It was a little weird for a prequel to Alien, but I watched it again. Yeah, a lot of people like. I didn't dislike it as much as a lot of people did, or whatever. I think that definitely the effects were cool. Okay, so let's put this all into a folder. I've got cats swarming around me now. It's almost time for them to eat, speaking of my cats and their food deal. Alright, I think what I'm going to do is probably call it a night. And during this week, I'm going to pose this guy a little bit more. And I'm going to make the... we can get a quick idea of what the render is going to look like. But I'm going to probably... I'll have some renders for us next week and we'll start painting. Telling the story... yeah, I mean... you guys have been trying to chase me off for like the last hour, so... don't know what that's about. Yeah, 8:30. I don't know when 8:30 got to be late. That's why I've been starting earlier, because before I was like staying up too late. Should know by now that cats can read minds. Yeah, they knew I was talking about them. I know you weren't. I know you weren't trying to really chase me off. I'm just running my mouth. That's what I do. Got to keep it snappy around here, you know? Got to keep talking. Can't have too much silence. What was I gonna do? What am I doing? Settings, ground shadows. This might be kind of cool, right? You guys see where I'm going with it? We're just like reaching out for something. And once we get into painting, we'll put more cool details in it. Like it'll be like an alien planet. Maybe there's like a crazy colored sky. And just like like if you were a National Geographic photographer, but you were on another planet. That's kind of the look I want to go for. So I'll figure out some renders. I'll finish this week and do some renders. And I won't work it on it till next Wednesday. A can of soda, that's a cool idea. Piece of pizza. Like maybe this planet grows pizza on trees or ice cream on trees. Maybe it's ice cream cones. Huh? What do you think? Ice cream cones. This is probably needs to be out a little bit. Come on, dude. Sorry, I had to keep my cat from destroying my whole life with his paws. What are you doing? They like to step on my keyboard and hit the right combination of keys that makes my software freeze up. All right, cool. Yeah, I think probably now is a good time to stop because we're almost ready to paint. So I think this is a good time to stop because if I went any further right now, I would just be rendering shit, which is pretty boring. So plus I can have a cliffhanger for next week. So, yeah, okay. So next week will be the 8th, and then the week after that will be the 8th plus 7th, 15th. So we'll paint this painting next week, and then maybe the week after we'll try to do a holiday painting this year. I don't know what day of the week Christmas falls on, but anyway, I love you guys. Thanks for coming, everybody. Really cool to hang out as always. And rock on. It was fun. All right. Christmas on Saturday? Okay. All right. Love you guys. Bye.